Lahat ng tawanan, lahat ng iyong all-time hits. Ang tanging huntahan ng Masang Lamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila. Nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews at 6.
Good evening and welcome to koolNews at 6. I am Asbir and I'm looking into the first round of headlines, starting with the West Philippine Sea as the Philippines military chief said Thursday he hoped for a key defense pact with Japan allowing for the deployment of troops on each other's territory will be signed at security talks next week. Japanese Defense Minister Minoru Kihara and Foreign Minister Yoko Kamikawa are set to meet their Philippine counterparts in Manila on Monday. The Philippines and Japan, longtime allies of the United States, have been boosting ties in the face of an increasingly confrontational China, which is locked in maritime territorial disputes with both countries. We are hoping that during that meeting, the RAA or the Reciprocal Access Agreement will be signed. Military Chief General Rommel Browner told reporters. RAA is important because it will allow Japanese troops to come into our country to conduct training with us. It will also allow our troops to go to Japan to train with them. The Philippines and Japan begin negotiating the pact in November. The accord will create the legal basis for the countries to send defense personnel to each other's territory for training and other operations. Tokyo has signed similar reciprocal access agreements with Britain and Australia in recent years. The Philippines has equivalent pacts with the United States and Australia and plans to pursue one with France. Japan, which invaded and occupied the Philippines during World War II, is a top provider of overseas development assistance to the Southeast Asian country and also a supplier of security equipment. The Philippines agreed in May to buy 5 97 Coast Guard patrol ships from Japan in a deal worth more than $400 million. Leaders from Japan, the Philippines, and the United States held their first trilateral summit in April, aimed at boosting defense ties in Washington. It was held on the heels of four-way military drills that included Australia in the South China Sea, rallying Beijing. Beijing claims almost the entire South China Sea, brushing aside competing claims from several Southeast Asian nations, including the Philippines, and an international ruling that its stance has no legal basis. The long-running territorial dispute between Manila and Beijing flared last month when Chinese Coast Guard personnel wielding knives, sticks, and axes surrounded and boarded 3 Philippine Navy boats during a resupply mission to Second Thomas Shoal in the Spratly Islands. It was the most serious in a number of escalating confrontations. Browder said after the violent clash between Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos had ordered the military to de-escalate tensions with China. But Browner insisted that the military would continue to resupply the remote outpost. A handful of Filipino troops are stationed on a rusty warship deliberately grounded on Second Thomas Shoal in 1999 to answer Manila's claims to the area. We won't allow China to make this area a territory, he said, insisting Beijing should pay 60 million pesos, about $1 million, for damaging Philippine equipment during the June clash. The Department of Health should focus on resolving public health issues rather than busy thinking about a name change, said Iloilo 1st District Representative Janet Garin. According to Garin, who served as Health Secretary under the Aquino administration, renaming the DOH into the Department of Health and Wellness and calling the agency head as Chief Longevity Officer will not make any distinction. Garin was reacting to incumbent Health Secretary Deodoro Herbosa's suggestion of a change in the name of the DOH in a bid to give the public a better understanding of the agency's role and mission. While honestly, it will not make any difference, there are other bigger problems that the DOH should focus on because wellness is actually part of health, she explained in a press conference Thursday. It's okay if the impact will really be great in terms of public health, but that's not the case, because wellness is part of health. So changing the name can be okay, but not it will not really make a difference. There are other things that should merit our attention, she added. Garen also said that changing the DOH name may even result in additional expenses for the agency as it would entail a change in the logo, which may affect all department units, teams, offices, and hospitals nationwide. That's okay, but it does not go without that it will not entail costs. Because what will you do? You will change your logo, then the central office up to the hospitals and down to the units of the government, she pointed out. Then what program should the DOH prioritize instead? Its strategy on fighting dengue, according to Garen. First off, she said the DOH should give up its 4S versus dengue, search and destroy breeding sites, so protection measures, seeking early consultation, and supporting targeted fogging in outbreak areas. For example, they keep on saying that dengue can be resolved by 4S. No, like killing the mosquitoes, cleaning your surroundings. But the World Health Organization has repeatedly said that it has been done for decades and it's not enough, Goren emphasized. Because mosquitoes can now reproduce faster than us going after them, she added. On Tuesday, July 3, Barbosa changing the name of the DOH will help emphasize to the public that the agency aims to combat diseases and ensure that Filipinos remain good overall good overall health at all times. The DOH chief likewise said that to call the health secretary as chief longevity officer instead would stress the importance of expanding citizens' lifespans, noting that countries nowadays focus on achieving longer life for its people. DOH spokesperson Assistant Secretary Albert Domingo, however, said her proposal is still being studied. Makati City has received an unmodified opinion from the Commission on Audit for the 7th year in a row. Mayor Abby Binay on Thursday welcomed the distinction and thanked the COA for its fair assessment of the city's auditing and financial declarations. We did it again. The COA opinion validates our unwavering commitment to the good governance and its hallmarks, particularly transparency and accountability, she said. This latest achievement is largely a result of the collective effort of all sectors comprising the city government organization. I would like to thank everyone for giving their full cooperation to the finance sector to ensure that everything, including program implementation and service delivery, is above board, she added. According to the COA, local government units can be given an unmodified opinion when the auditor concludes that the financial statements are prepared in all material respects in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework. B9 also attributed the highest audit rating to the city's technological innovations that aid payments and transactions. The local government also plans to establish an accounting information system that supports operations and promotes transparency in financial transactions. We have effectively utilized online payment platforms for transactions with various clients. These include payments for taxes and fees, distribution of cash incentives and assistance, and payment of salaries and bonuses of City Hall personnel, among others, she said. Makati was also recently awarded its second Excellence Award from the Philippine Association of Local Government Accountants. In the related news, for the first time, the Commission on Elections, COMELEC, received an unmodified opinion from the Commission on Audit. COMELEC Chairman Judge Eric Garcia announced it on Wednesday. I am very happy to announce that for the first time in its 84th year history, the Commission on Elections received an unmodified opinion in the annual audit report of the Commission on Audit, he said. Garcia said the COA found that COMELEC's financial statements represent fairly in all material respects the financial position of the Commission on Elections as of December 31st, 2023, in compliance with the International Public Sector Accounting Standards. I know that the road towards this achievement has been steep and fraught with obstacles. Therefore, I would like to give my highest commendation to the hard work of all individuals, office, and departments who contributed to this honor. Your hardships and sacrifices have borne fruit. We are truly inspired by your excellence and dedication, he added. Garcia also reminded all complex staff not to rest on their laurels or not be complacent about the success and to continue to give their best in becoming the beacon of excellence in public service. Coming up later, one crazy week. Biden debate fallout upends White House race. And Hurricane confirms retreat from district in strategic town. That's coming up next, right here on Cool News. Welcome back to koolNews. Let's continue with the headlines starting with the international. The United States has been on a political roller coaster over the past week after President Joe Biden's debate performance threw his race against Donald Trump, at least for now, into tumult. Last Thursday night, millions of Americans tuned in to the first televised debate of the 2024 campaign, with Biden and Trump going head to head without an audience at CNN studios in Atlanta. For Biden, it was meant to be a prime opportunity to reassure voters that at 81 years old, he could still execute a vigorous campaign against Trump, who himself was facing political problems over his criminal conviction. The president had spent a week holed up at Camp David, the presidential retreat, with advisors to prepare for the debate. But on stage, he appeared flustered and flagate, or I should say, frequently mixing up his words and losing his train of thought. Trump, meanwhile, presented his usual self-confidence while laying out a string of falsehoods. No sooner had the debate ended than a torrent of panic messages from anonymous Democrats spread through the press, with some commentators publicly urging the president to step aside. Biden attended a campaign rally the next day and, in a scripted speech, admitted he doesn't speak as normally as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to, but I know how to tell the truth. I know how to do this job. He added to cheers. But some wealthy Democratic Party donors were unconvinced, worried about the president's ability to perform not only through November, but another 4-year term. Some demanded on social media that Biden produce considerable proof of his fidelity, which the White House has repeatedly defended through more unscripted public engagements. After fundraiser in New York and New Jersey, Biden returned to Camp David for a pre-planned family gathering, hoping the storm will pass. But the first dam broke on Tuesday. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, still an influential leader in her party, said it was legitimate to question his health. The first elected Democrat, Representative Lloyd Doggett of Texas, called on the president to abandon his bid for a second term, urging him not to deliver as to Trump in 2024. A second House member followed suit a day later, while a handful of others expressed, for the first time publicly, strong reservations about their flag bearer's age. Bombarded by reporters' questions, White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre tried on Tuesday and again on Wednesday to tamp down the flames, putting to a cold and jet lag from international travel to justify her boss' poor performance. On Wednesday, Biden told staff working on his re-election bid that he is in this race to the end and we're going to win, according to a source close to the campaign. He also won the backing of Democratic governors who gathered for an emergency meeting at the White House with Biden. We said that we would stand with him, Maryland Governor Wes Moore said afterward. The storm clouds over Biden have largely averted attention from Donald Trump's judicial saga, despite the Republican facing a possible prison sentence for his New York criminal conviction related to hush money payments in 2016 to a porn star. For the past 7 days, Washington has been buzzing with rumors about a possible switch-up on the top of the Democratic ticket. On social networks and at social gatherings, everyone is theorizing about who, if anyone, could replace the president at a moment's notice, Vice President Kamala Harris, or maybe a prominent governor. Trump's campaign is reveling in the total collapse of the Democrat Party, as one press release said. It's also revering after the Supreme Court on Monday handed Trump a partial victory on his claims of presidential immunity, with one immediate consequence being the delay of his sentencing in New York by several months. If I am the Trump campaign, I am watching this Democratic show and just eating popcorn, thinking this is great. I don't have to defend my boss who's indicted for paying off a porn star. Peter Lodge, a political science at George Washington University, told AFP. Trump, who was expected to announce the name of his vice presidential pick at any minute, has stayed relatively silent throughout the Democratic disarray. Ukraine said Thursday its forces had withdrawn from a district in the in the key eastern town of Chasivyar, where Russian forces have recently claimed several advances. The fall of this small hilltop town is a worrying prospect for Ukraine because it will likely accelerate Russian advances towards large civilian hubs in the wider eastern Donetsk region. It became impractical to hold the Kano district, which the enemy had entered, because it threatened the lives and well-being of our soldiers, a European military spokesman said on state-run television. Our defenders' positions had been destroyed. The command decided to retreat to better protected and prepared positions, Nazar Voloshin added. Russia had said earlier this week that if its forces had advanced around Chasivyar, but it was unclear if it was claiming its forces had crossed a canal which runs through the eastern part of the town. Chasivyar, a prized military hub that was once a sleepy home to some 12,000 people, lies near the larger towns of South Yandevnivka and Kramatorsk, which are both important military centers too. The Kremlin says the interest of Donetsk region as part of Russia, and the region has borne the brunt of fighting after Russian forces invaded Ukraine in February 2022. Kremlin-supported separatist forces has controlled parts of Donetsk since 2014. Now back to national headlines. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Thursday announced he will allocate 1.4 billion pesos for the rehabilitation of the Maharlika Highway. There are parts of the Maharlika Highway which were already delimited, so we need to fix them and ensure the maintenance of this infrastructure, he said in his speech during a visit to Cabaluyok City, Samar. The project, he said, is set to be completed in March 2025. Marcos also vowed to widen the roads in the province to hasten the flow of transportation. The Department of Public Works and Highways in the region earlier said it would ensure that the Maharlika Highway, which connects eastern Visayas to the rest of the country, would be completed within the administration of Marcos. Authorities confiscated nearly $500,000 worth of uncertified electric wires and cables sold in a shop in Quezon City last week, marking the latest major haul of the government in its crackdown of substandard products. In a statement on Wednesday, the Department of Trade and Industry referenced a single electrical supply shop as the source of the non-compliant products worth 496,073 pesos. The operation was conducted through the combined efforts of DTI Task Force Kalasag, Philippine National Police Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, and the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency. This decisive interagency operation sends a clear warning to those who would endanger consumers and undermine fair competition. We are vigilant. We are relentless. Trade Secretary Alfredo Pascal said. Through close collaboration with our government partners, we will extend our our enforcement reach into every corner of the market to eradicate the sale of uncertified and counterfeit products, he added. According to the DTI, the seized products were fraudulently labeled with the brand name Hypertech. The government agency said that the product was also found as fake by the Quality Assurance Team and Legal Counsel of the Hypertech Wire and Cable Incorporated, the representatives of which were present during the operation. The confiscated products also bore the Philippine standard mark without a valid license number, added the DTI, highlighting that it was a clear violation of Republic Act number 7394, also known as the Consumer Act of the Philippines. And in entertainment headlines, Thai actor Win Metawin spotted with rumored girlfriend in Korea. So there goes with the name Ling Ling Ki Wong. Photos and videos of them have been circulating online, leaving social media users and fans alike in shock. A user from X, formerly Twitter, shared online that the rumored couple, Win and Ling Ling, were seen together in Korea having a great time, suggesting that they are dating. Among seeing the post, internet users took to social media to share their thoughts about the rumored couple. One user wrote, "Please make my boy happy and keep him happy, wishing them happiness and a journey filled with lots of love." Another user wrote, "Come on, Whitney, take the leap and go ahead. We are always here to support you. If this is true, I'll be so damn happy because I want the way to reveal his partner too." One friend commented, "I pray that he would meet a good person and love each other beautifully, trust and respect each other, and have a wonderful love that only looks at each other. Now you have such a wonderful love. My cool man Win, I bless your heart. I bless your love from the bottom of my heart." And that is it for Cool News at 6 p.m. As always, you can send your news tips to us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And we will be back with more headlines later with Cool News Primetime tonight at 9 p.m. Until then, I am Asper, and this has been Cool News at 6 p.m. Goodbye for now.